Oh, what is up, you guys? My name is Mr. Joe, and welcome back to Winds of Change! The opening act. But yes, that's right. I actually get a chance to play a game with my new microphone stand set up. So, let's see how this is. I just finished up Reaction Week. That was tons of fun. Now I gotta go into all the audio tricks and all the audio editing I have to do and all that stuff. Before I did all that, I wanted to play a few more games because I've still got a few hours of recording time before I have to start hitting on the editing side. Because I edit through the week after work, that way, yeah, so I just have to edit at least one today, that way I can edit them through the week, that way I can have something to do after work. So, without further ado, and you guys so far are liking this series, I think. That's what I think anyway. So we're going to load up and continue on. Oh yeah, I got to talk to everybody and do all this stuff. That's why I waited, because, can I click on all this stuff? Oh, I wonder. I looked through all the books, but nothing seems interesting. Everything that Miles found worth and was already on the table. That and on his table by the desk facing Valinor. Must be great to live in a place with such a nice view. All right, let's see what the Chronicles of Damek is about. Ooh, that's a nice different pace. Damek conversed with Grease, the mayor of Mazia. There was much to be done before the rebellion could settle down. But first, on his agenda was procuring the city's underground tunnels. A place to operate in secrecy would be essential to their continued success.
Come on, Grizz, this must be possible. Even their honor guard barely monitors the place. When they do, they're oblivious to our existence. If we don't push them, they won't push back. Although, one final push might be required. Either way, we need that deed as a rightful claim.
Damek, for the last time, it's not so simple. If the Triumvirate knew I was helping you, they'd kill me. I wouldn't be surprised if they damaged Mazeo as well.
Oh, come on, it's not that risky. We'll operate silently. They'll never know.
Trying to reset.
Everything has a paper trail, Damek. They keep track of every step I take. At the end of the day, I'm still their general.
You know, Grizz looks a lot like Where Greymon.
I understand that you want those tunnels, but it would be too risky. They'd find us out. I'm not gambling with my life, understand?
With them, it's a gamble, I'll give you that. But with me, I'll have you know it's a certainty. I don't think you know how much we need those tunnels.
Damek, is that a threat?
Of course not. We're too close for that. Close enough that you won't have to find out. I'm sure we can come to some sort of deal.
Mazeo has rubbed off on you. I'd expect such tactics from pirates, not you. I have to say, you'd need something big to woo me.
Damek walks up to the desk and places some papers down. He looked up at Grizz with a smile, who returned only shock.
They dig for 20 years and find nothing. I use my forces and we find it in days. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is it.
Damek, I don't believe this. This is what I've been looking for. You must tell me where it is.
A deed might sweeten the deal for me. Besides, you can report this finding to the Triumvirate. They'll be so ecstatic they won't notice anything else.
It is a big deal, and it might sate them. But they'd likely send forces here immediately. You want me to put a target on your new HQ?
Actually, their forces will be preoccupied. I have word that they're undertaking another mission. We'll have plenty of time to occupy and fortify.
I can't believe you found it, Damek. If you want the deed, you must give me exclusive access. Nobody else can touch it. I have my plans, and that's final.
Of course, I'd be more than happy to, but you might have to wait a bit longer. Tapping into it requires some special means. But I promise you won't be waiting much longer. So please, if you would hand over the deed, And once they arrive, it's all yours.
Interesting. Alright, Sovi, what's your chronicle? Sovi left the chambers of his masters, remaining in shock. The truth of things that had been explained, and he was surprised. He knew it would take a while before he accepted these revelations.
Such a truth, and to think I never knew. This will change everything about my approach.
Master, you seem unwell. We leave tomorrow. You should get some rest. I know I'm not the one to give orders, but please.
No, it has nothing to do with that. It seems there is more to this attack than we knew. The Triumvirate just finished explaining our true objective.
Our true objective? Sovi, what is the meaning of this?
I don't think I'm able to tell you, Halen. They trusted me alone with this information. Perhaps you can visit them on your own time.
Typical. Teasing me with information and pulling rank. I want to prove myself, Sovi. I want to be at your side.
Trust me, that would be wonderful. But this is different. It changes everything. It would be better to hear it directly from them.
All right, all right. I have to say, you seem quite distressed. I'll go talk to them, but take my advice and rest.
I'm afraid there's no time for that, Halen. I'm going to speak with the prisoner. He's coming too.
You want to call me a genius again? I don't know if I got that lined up right or not.
Shane is coming with us? Sovi, that doesn't make any sense.
Shane was in the
It
video.
seems a run-in with the rebels is likely. To that end, I've come up with a fitting punishment. When you're done with our masters, meet me back here.
Yes, of course. I'm ready to take action at a moment's notice. And now, something tells me we will be.
Alright.
Hey,
Valetta, how you doing, girl? Girl, how you doing? Okay. What do you think about all this?
you mean everything that Milas told us? I'm freaking out. I can hardly believe it. But the spirits would never lie to us, right? I can't believe the Triumvirate is our enemy. I know they had their reasons with Mazeo, but there's no reason to attack Valenorth. Not at all.
But maybe there is. I think they want their sword back.
Then why don't they ask for it? There's no need to attack us like this. Makes me wonder if there's more to Mazeo.
Probably.
They said they took it over to fight piracy.
Arr.
But I think they're acting in their own interest.
Possibly.
Burning down our village? They don't care about Alestia.
Right. Sure, there's more to
It
it.
only makes sense, right? It must
Oh, yeah.
have something to do with the spirits. Tyrants
So-
can't stand when something is in their way.
Alright, we already know about what's in store for Eleanor's future, so I'm not gonna ask about that. You ready to leave Valinor?
Here's something I never thought I'd hear. Thousands of seers, and they never left Valenorth. I guess we're meant to play bigger roles than we thought.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
But to answer your question, no, I'm not ready. Unfortunately, my opinion doesn't count for much. I'll have to come to terms with this as we move on.
You can talk to me if you want, Melissa.
No, I wouldn't want to trouble you.
Not
Enough going
trouble.
on, I'd just be a bother. Thanks for the offer, though. I'll keep
I
it
want
in
to do a
mind.
joke, but I'm afraid it might close the game, so I'm not going to do that. What do you think about this
I'll
blade?
decide when I see it. You and Milas made it seem really incredible. But at the end of the day, it's just a sword. I doubt it'll be the turning point of this battle. Of course, I wouldn't mind being proven wrong. What else can you tell me about it?
It's more than a blade, it just looks like one. Their lackey took down their entire village with it. It steals life to grow their army.
So, the more he killed, the more he had to serve him?
Yep.
And Ulrich's life powered a bunch of armored suits? That means their army could always outnumber Alestia.
Mm-hmm.
I'm starting to see why it might be a threat. But we won't be stealing life like that, right? We should keep it from them and limit their numbers.
No, I'd never use it like they did.
Good. I was starting to
I really wouldn't, even in real life, I wouldn't do that
blade,
shit.
their armies finite. They can't hide behind numbers like before.
Alright, talk to you later, Vanessa. Duder! Home Bunny. I almost called you a home dog. Home Bunny. What do you think?
It's a little overwhelming, to be honest. I know I acted all cool, but I'm not really sure. I'm used to a simple life. Now that's all gone. As far as I know, Valenorth is the last spiritual nation. If we lose our connection, what's going to happen? Will Alestia just be completely devoid of spirits? And not only that, but the Triumvirate being evil? As far as I know, they've always been benevolent. I know what we lost in Mazeo, but I've moved on. Anyway, I can process all of that later. I'm more worried about what's going to happen to us. Not Valenorth or Alestia. Just you, me, and Valessa.
I'm sure we'll be fine as long as we stick together.
Definitely. We're a team for a reason. There's nothing we can't handle.
Agreed.
I'm ready whenever you are. Let's grab that blade and head to Mazeo. Whatever you need, I'll be by your side.
Hell yeah, homie. Back. Are you ready to leave?
I never thought I'd be leaving Valenorth. In fact, I came to terms with that a long time ago. But here I am, leaving it behind for good. And I'm scared. Everything I've read about the outside world is scary. Piracy, deathly cold, and even deathly heat. We had it good here. A really nice middle ground. This is where it gets confusing for me, though. Mazeo was supposed to be safer because of the Triumvirate. They occupied it, with force, but they've kept it peaceful.
We occupied it, force.
They could easily do the same thing to Valenorth, but killing everyone? And burning it to the ground? They've crossed a line that no one ever should.
Secret motive. I'm sure they had a secret motives with Mazeo, too.
Maybe Dominic will tell us more about that. I'm sure there's a lot to catch up on. This rebellion isn't exactly new. I'm willing to bet there's more at play. But with Valenorth, there's nothing secret at all. They're planning to raise our village, plain and simple.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned that it might be for the blade? That excuse would never fly for an attack this large. At least for Mazeo, they said they were fighting piracy. I'm sure they want their blade back, but yeah, that desire and this attack are two separate things. I'm sure we'll find out the truth if we keep moving forward.
Mm-hmm. You think we should
I
do?
wouldn't mind taking one last look at the village. It's so weird, knowing that an attack is coming. This could be the last time we see our homes. How are we just supposed to accept that? I expect we'll have plenty of time to grieve, but is that something we should really have to do? We don't have to look around, but I'd appreciate it. If I find something I want to take with me, I'll grab it. I'd much rather leave Valenorth behind with no regrets.
You right. Alright, we won't leave until you're ready.
Thank you so much. I can't put my finger on it, but I know I'm not ready. One last walk through Valenorth is all I could ever ask for.
Well, you got it, buddy. Hey, it's nice to do that stuff. Question mark. Oh. That's right. Alright, that's everything here. There's no real point in clicking on everything again, so. Moving on. Alright, check. I guess we'll legitimately just walk through each of them, see if there's a book here. I'm glad I stopped to check. House in the tanks is empty. Something about minimizing travel time for our water source. Our houses, of course, houses near here are way too humid to be comfortable. For some reason, they don't complain. They happily
Try
reside
not to
inside.
waste too much time here, Sierra. I'm dressed in layers, and this humidity is gross. Wouldn't want to ruin my outfit before your ceremony.
Book. Where is it? Ah, there's a book sitting here. It's wet and stained. Most likely water damage due to the proximity to the tank. When I approach it, Fortame laughs and apologizes to me.
I think I dropped that when I was waiting. It's something I picked up from Mila's house a few days ago. You're free to take it. I have no use for it anymore.
Mysterious Mazeo. When the Triumvirate occupied Mazeo almost 20 years ago, many people wondered if they did so with an ulterior motive. On the surface, it looked like they wished to rid the region of piracy and those who would break the law. While it worked, many believed that the Triumvirate was slowly becoming tyrannical. There is one very peculiar thing, however. Their general, or mayor, is almost never seen, and the same goes for the honor guard they've placed in Mazeo. Hundreds of soldiers, almost never walking in the light of day. Instead, I've had several reports tell me that they dig in the night, deep underground, as if they're searching for something of importance. Could this be what they wanted Mazeo for? I've branched out of Valenorth and started corresponding with some people of note in Mazeo. It seems that even if it had a positive impact, many are against the idea of a forceful occupation. One city, and then the world. I suspect that the people in opposition will soon form their own army. It seems like they want to take Mazeo away from the Triumvirate and place it back in the hands of the people. A noble cause, I say. Valenorth must never meet Mazeo's fate. The Elder of Valenorth.
Interesting. Sorry, I was looking for something. Yeah, I found the book. Okay, I got everything here. Alright, so Town Square. Let's go back to Main Street real quick. Got everything here. There's nothing else here. I'm back to my house. Go up there and double check. Ah, no, never mind. I got all the books. I thought I would change to Valessa. All that's left is the tree, right? All that's left is the great tree. The grand tree towers above everything else in Valenorth. And because of Valenorth's attitude, it towers above the world. Oh, altitude. Attitude. We take slow steps across the makeshift bridge, holding on to the sides. Valessa stops in her tracks, taking in the surroundings. A hint of confusion appears on her face as she breaks the silence. Stopping as well, Fortem and I listen to her words.
Alright, we really need to talk. Seer, what are your thoughts on all this? You've been totally silent since we left Milas.
Hey, Valessa, no prying. Let him open up when he wants to.
I'm just curious, that's all. It's not like Milas treated us to afternoon tea. Everything is different. Besides, renting can help.
I'm just taking things as they come, to be honest.
There's not much else we can do. I'm sure that Dominic will have a lot to teach us. Maybe when we get there, we won't feel so lost.
Maybe. She turns back around and we continue walking. I try to admire the scenery, but that attempt is short-lived. Fortem, who had taken the lead, also stops in his tracks.
Actually, on the subject of venting, there's something I need to get off my chest. Or, I guess, there's something I need to ask you two.
Sure. What is it?
I know we don't like talking about this, and sometimes we pretend it never even happened. But we can't anymore. We're going to Mazeo. So I think now we need to face the facts. That's the last place our parents were... I mean, they were there when it happened.
Casualties of the occupation.
Now we have the chance to fight back against the Triumvirate. They were directly responsible for what happened there. Are we doing this for Alestia? Or for ourselves?
You mean revenge? Fortem, I don't know how to answer that. All of our parents... That was so long ago.
I want to point something out real quick before I click again. When you can tell that the voice acting in this game is done differently for each character. Valessa, you can tell by hearing her voiceover lines, it's a certain clarity and clarity. When Fortem speaks,
I don't know if that makes me a bad person or not. But we can't just fight because Milas told us to. We each need a purpose, even if they're different.
It's got a different sound to it. Like it's not the same. It's a different recording style or a different setup. I mean, I'm not saying it's bad. I love this as a freaking visual novel based game that has fucking voice lines, which is really cool. I haven't seen a lot of games. But listen.
I want Alestia's freedom. Is that not reason enough to fight?
That's a goal, Valessa, not a purpose. Let me ask the seer, why do you fight? What weight will you carry with that blade?
The drive to protect my friends from danger. Actually, I have no purpose. I was forced to do this. I'd rather not talk about this for time. Desire to avenge our parents. A dream that no one else will lose. I kind of like that one. A dream that no one else will lose their home.
That's a great purpose, Seer. With better rulers, people won't suffer anymore. Every time you swing that blade, remember your answer. I have more to say though, so hold on. Our parents went to Museo together, as a group of friends. Now, we're doing the same. And trust me, I'm worried. They got caught up in a fight, and we will too. But I don't want to die. I want to save Alestia. So promise me, we'll stay together. Right until the end.
Of course. Until the end. I have no idea what will happen to us, though. You're asking me to make a promise I can't keep? Yeah, of course. It'll be a piece of cake. I have no idea what will happen to us.
But we're still friends, right? And no matter what, friends stick together. So let's get that blade and head to Museo.
Hey, I'm going to answer as honestly to myself as possible.
Yeah, I'm about ready to get off this bridge. Not exactly the best place for a heart-to-heart. Though, honestly, I'm glad you opened up. And actually, I think I found my purpose. I want to fight to protect my closest friends. So, about that promise, I'll be here. Right until the end.
I kind of feel bad about my answer now. I nod and they smile at one another. A few moments later, we continue our trek to the Grand Tree. This time, however, we reach our goal with no interruptions. Ooh. Hey, there's a book! I can see it. There's a book right there. As soon as we enter, we all spread out. Perhaps covering more ground will help us find it easier. However, much to our surprise, it's out in the open.
Wait, that's it?
It's wrapped in a sack in front of the Grand Tree's altar. The general shape and size is easily discernible to me. It was the instrument of my death and Valinor's destruction.
There's a letter attached to it. Let's see what it says.
Wait, hold on. I don't think we're supposed to touch it. We should probably leave this one to the seer.
I'm sure it's fine as long as it's covered up. Very well. Feel free to do the honors.
Ooh, goody goody, a new sword. They both look at me, leaving me little choice in the matter. It's not like they had any choice in this either, however. Taking slow steps to the altar, I look down at the letter.
Well, what does it say?
It says, "Gotcha." Fuck. I kneel down and pull off the letter, breaking some adhesive. It's from Milas, and it gives a bit more information. None of us have really left Valinor, so guidance is helpful.
Instructions from Milas. Thank you for following my directions. It's good to know we'll be able to work with each other on this grand endeavor. Hidden inside this package here is the blade we talked about earlier, otherwise known as the Blade of Exodus. I'm not sure why it's been given such a name, but it was the Triumvirate's choice. As soon as you take it, please ensure that it never leaves your sight. A guide, Zamira, will be waiting for you on Main Street. He'll guide you to Peregrino, where you'll meet up with Pro, a trusted ally and longtime rebel. From there, Pro will guide you to Museo. Pro might seem a bit incompetent at first, but he's simply been following my orders. Having him come here and get you, as Damek originally planned, was much too risky. Instead, I told him to pass time in the tavern until you bring the blade to him. I had Zamira meet him in the dead of night in Valenorth's outskirts to retrieve the blade and bring it to where you are now. This way, no villagers were aware, and there was no chance of complications arising. I'm sure Damek will understand this delay. One final thing. I authorize you with access to Solberg, now that you know its secret. Feel free to stop there on your journey.
Cool. Put the letter in my pocket and looking forward to him and Felissa. It seems that our next objective was clear, much better than before. If Marla simply threw us into the wild, we'd get lost immediately.
The Blade of Exodus. That's a bit of a weird name, isn't it? Do you think that's the person who made it?
Or maybe it's a title for whoever wields it. You know, something like Seer or Cirrus. What about it? Should we call you Exodus?
Let's just stick with the
Yeah,
first
especially
one.
if the Triumvirate wants it back. Walking around as Exodus would put a huge target on us.
Yeah.
That's not something we can afford if we want to blend in.
She right.
All right. Forget I suggested it. Let's get out of here before we waste too much time. We're supposed to meet someone named Zamira, right?
Yep.
I know them. They typically guard the town gate. No better person to carry out a secret mission in the night. I'm glad we'll have a guide. I was starting to worry we'd get lost.
Nah, just follow the road.
Yeah.
We'll find the tavern.
None of us have ever left Valenorth before. I'm sure it'll be great. We can even check out Solberg. Grab the blade seer. The villagers would never question you.
I nod. As the seer, they wouldn't care what I carried. But I can understand if they saw an outsider with this blade. Miles' plan of using Zamira was definitely the best choice of action. As we venture to Museo, however, some people might stare. But we're in a group, so I doubt they'd try anything. I pity the person who picked a fight with the Blade of Exodus. I carefully unwrap the package. The sight of the weapon causes me to tense up. I can almost feel the pain of last night's vision. Alessa and Fortam looked down, seeing it for the first time. I exchanged glances with them before my eyes returned to the blade. I grip it for the first time, and that's when everything changes. With a blinding flash of white light, I fall back. Landing on the floor, I'm unable to see or move. It isn't much longer until I can't breathe either. I hear Felissa and Fortam call out to me. But as my senses are robbed, their shouts slowly fade. A series of visions play out before me, and I can do little but watch.
You mean this was all just a trap? No, I don't believe it. I'm not giving up.
To think all of that was stored in this. After we tell the people, everything will change.
We will aid you in this fight, but you are no longer a rebellion. Today, you become something much more.
Wait! Think about what you are doing. Without us, there is no freedom.
Don't worry, nothing personal. Just playing with the hand I've been dealt.
Shadowed Man approaches me with a dagger in his hand. I can't fight back. I can just watch as he sinks it into my gut. Soon after, I'm paralyzed on the ground. I can hear him laughing. I gasp for air as I grip the spot where he stabbed me. Alessa and Fortem let out a huge sigh of relief. In my other hand, I hold the Blade of Exodus tightly. I throw it across the room as I slowly regain my breath. They help me rise into a sitting position, the concern on their faces clear. Thankfully, I'm able to relax more and decide to question me. Blade, it gave me visions.
Wait, how is that possible? The spirits are the ones who give visions. Could it have something to do with your energy?
Valessa, it doesn't matter. For now, we just need to make sure he's safe.
Right, sorry. Will you be okay? Can you move?
I'll be fine, don't worry.
Good. I'm glad to hear. Miles left a change of clothes for you. It was tucked underneath the blade, see?
She points to the package that held the blade. Resting there is a set of battle-ready clothing. A holster or scabbard is built into the bag.
Maybe Milas knew that touching it was risky. If you wear this outfit, you can sheath the blade. It might be best to conceal it and minimize contact.
Wait, then why didn't he tell us that? Seems like a stupid thing to leave out.
I guess you have a point. Oh, well, I'm glad that things are fine. You should go get changed, Seer.
She tilts her head to the back of the grand tree. I guess it would provide sufficient privacy, so I grab the clothes. They turn their backs to me as an extra gesture of consideration. It looks like a mixture of Valessa and Fortun's outfit. Made of flexible material, it was clearly ready for a fight. The scabbard is adjustable. It could fit, positioned for my dominant hand. What should I do? Prepare the blade for right-handed access. Right-handed, so. I tilt to the right for easy access with my right hand. Not that I expected to be touching the blade all too often. When the rest of the outfit is on, I walk back out into the open.
Whoa! That looks really good on you. A lot more fitting than that fancy suit.
That's everything we need then? I mean, aside from the blade?
We all look to where I threw it earlier. Before we left, I'd have to touch it again. I can sense the anxiety within my friends.
Look, whatever happens, we're here for you. I doubt it'll be as bad as last time. And you're fine.
He could have worded that a bit better, but there was truth to it. It was such a shock last time because I didn't expect it at all. But I was the Seer of Valinor. I was meant to wield this blade. I slowly walk towards it, kneeling down when I get there. Whatever happens this time, I wouldn't let it control me. As I grab it, I remind myself that I am one with the spirits. The white light overtakes me again, but that's all. I can still move, breathe, and sense my surroundings. Deep within me, I feel a connection, defying explanation. It's beautiful, and I'd like to stay this way forever. Unfortunately, the feeling soon turns into something more. In a matter of seconds, the source of beauty is one of fright. I quickly sheath the blade to prevent any damage. Whatever that was, doing it for too long would hurt me. It seemed that using this weapon would require some practice.
Well, that looked fine to me. You didn't end up on the floor at least.
It still hurt me. I need to take it easy.
Whoa, really? Milas was right then. It takes strength. Remind me not to touch that thing anytime soon.
Good call, 4-time.
I'm curious to learn more about it. Like, where it came from and who made it. Hopefully we figure that out along the way. So, should we get going? Or is there anything else we need to do?
We're supposed to meet Zamira on Main Street, but we should save that until we're ready to leave. One last look around Valinor couldn't hurt.
You're right.
Yeah, I was thinking about that earlier. Wouldn't want to leave anything behind.
They're hinting at something. A new feature, Party Banter, has been unlocked. Following this text box, a brief tutorial will display. Previous areas of Valinor have been updated. Oh, goody gumdrops. While you talk to party members, they also can talk amongst themselves. Icons in the top right of the certain areas will indicate which... Okay, cool. You can now leave Valinor with the world map. Clicking the icon near exit will meet up with Zamira. The icon leading to Main Street will function as normal. Okay, that's good. Oh. There's another dealie. I need to save first. Okay. Alright, let's see what, Shane. Chronicles of Shane. Shane paced around the prison cell, feeling the walls. Looking for any structural weaknesses, anything he could use. He'd been in here for far too long. Wow. And the isolation was messing with him.
Come on, Shane. There's gotta be something. You were supposed to break out of here ages ago. This mission is a bust. Dominic must be worried sick.
Whoops. What did I do? There we go. There we go. I don't know what the hell I just did there. That was weird. He knocked on the hard wall of the cell and found nothing. He'd been there ever since Domex assumed control of the rebellion. His objective was to get caught on purpose and scan their castle. But this intel would do little good if it was his final resting place.
Come on. You need to do this. Nobody else has come through here and lived. You're gonna be the first, Shane. I know it.
A voice sounds from the doors of the prison. Sylvie enters, laughing at what he just witnessed.
Looks like you're taking this worse than I thought. I need to talk with you, Shane, so come close.
And what makes you think I'll listen?
No ditches.
We haven't yet broken out the torture. But trust me, you're walking a fine line.
Whatever, just make it quick. I hate the sound of your voice. That, and I was enjoying my time alone.
You really don't care whether you live or die. Good. I like that in a potential soldier of mine.
Wait, what?
Name your weapon proficiencies.
You're the one who caught me, Sovie. You should know full well what weapons I use.
I said proficiencies. Remember how easily I took you down?
Fine. I'm good with a bow. I can play with daggers too, but not as well. Just give me some arrows and point to a target.
Shane felt a sense of hope rise within him. If Sylvie tried to recruit him, he could gain more intel. It wouldn't be hard to miss his shots on purpose. Unfortunately, his hopes were immediately destroyed.
Good. I'll have no problem finding you a bow. We're leaving on a mission, so follow me. You'll be seeing your allies sooner than you thought. Wait, are you smiling? Shane, I don't think you know what's happening. Taking you with me? This is your punishment.
Huh?
Yes. I'll line up a few of your allies. Then you'll show me how well you handle a bow. If you don't obey, I'll make you suffer. And if you do obey, well, your friends will think you've defected. They'll give up all hope of rescuing you.
Damn, that's cold.
Then I can keep you here as long as I like. I know you may not fear death, Shane, which is why I'll give you something far worse. Now, come with me. There's much to discuss. And remember what will happen if you disobey. It's time to realize that you belong to me.
Interesting.
Wow, it's so beautiful inside the Grand Tree. Too bad they rarely let the scribe in training come here. I wish I had more time to spend in Valinor.
Ow.
Actually, that's not a scribe in training rule. It was more like a Fortum rule. No offense.
What's that supposed to mean?
You're not exactly a quiet person. This is a sacred place, and silence is essential.
Why didn't you tell me? I would have been quiet, I promise. Just like when I go to the library.
Hey, I don't make up the rules. But honestly, I wish I would have fought it. I didn't realize our time here would be so limited. I thought we'd be here until we were old and gray. But to think that Valinor would just be a small face? You're not the only one who has regrets, Fortin.
At least you were allowed inside. I was kept out because of my big mouth. Well, I guess I'm the only one to blame. I'll try to watch my mouth from now on.
Good call, buddy.
I give you 10 minutes, tops.
Hey!
Okay, that's it for here. Okay, there's nothing here. Oh my glob, there's so much more. There's a Sylvie thing and a thingy thing. Thingy thing, yeah, makes perfect sense. Sylvie Chapter 3, sure, let's check out the Parallel Chronicle real quick. So we stood in front of the Triumvirate's castle. With Shane at his side, everything was set in motion. Halen was late, likely learning the same truth from his masters. But as soon as he arrived, their plan of attack would commence.
We can sail to Mazeo in under a day. There's a ship waiting for us at the Balteus docks. As soon as Halen arrives, we'll be free to go.
Odd choice of words. I highly doubt I'll be free to go. Though I'm a little excited that Halen is coming along. He was much better than you, more threatening as well.
Shane, this isn't about being threatening. It's about who can put their foot down when they need to. Halen is all talk. Lots of promises, but no follow-through.
Right, of course. Thanks for the heads up. I'll remember that next time he tries interrogating me. If I didn't know any better, I'd say you didn't like him.
I doubt he's long for this world. A Grand Inquisitor needs to be more than talk. That, and I work much better when I'm alone.
Working alone, huh? I don't think that's a very good idea. What if you get into a bind? Who'd help you then?
I don't get into binds, Shane. I'm more in the habit of putting them on others.
You're right.
Yeah, we'll see how far that gets ya. So, what's the plan anyway? Attacking Valinor? You want the blade back, Halen made it pretty clear.
Now, why would I tell you that? Don't assume camaraderie between us.
Fine, just trying to get involved.
So you can write to your rebel friends, no doubt. Don't try anything, Shane. I'm watching you. Besides, Valinor is an insignificant part of our plan. When we're finished, Alestia will be forever changed.
What about you, Domek? I want to explore as much of the opening act as I can. The tunnels underneath Mazeo were quiet, almost eerie so. Grizz and Domek met in secret, not deep enough to run into trouble. Any further, though, they'd come across the path of the Triumvirate Honor Guard.
I guess that settles it. The deed is yours. You have lots of work to do, Domek. What comes first?
Lots of dusting, I presume. Though there's something odd about these tunnels. The Honor Guard has no need to eat, sleep, or socialize. Being empty suits of armor, they need none of that. But go any deeper and you'll see an entire hideout. Bedrooms, training rooms, a library, and more.
Maybe that's why they never found what we were after. They were too busy building some sort of utopia.
It'll be easy to fortify against attacks. They've practically done it for us already. I just wish I knew why. It's so peculiar.
I have a theory of my own, actually.
And what is that?
You know how those things are created, yes? The Grand Inquisitor and that life-stealing sword. Well, he was at my side when we occupied Mazeo.
I see.
The members of the Honor Guard that wander these tunnels. I think they're the spirits of those we killed, Domek. Perhaps they just want to continue living. It's heartbreaking.
That's an understatement. But it explains the beds and living quarters. And if they retain some memory, they'd hate the Triumvirate.
Yeah, which is why they never completed their job. Or at the very least, intentionally threw their progress.
A theory with merits, I'll give you that much. But now we found what you're after, what happens? I think you should tell me what you really want with it.
You can think all you want, but it won't happen. Just know that I'm looking to make up for something. I can never undo the occupation, but I have an idea.
Very well, whenever you're ready. As long as I have the deed, I'm satisfied. When the seer arrives, however, I'd love to hear more.
Interesting. Alright, now I gotta go back through every single deal again. Like I said, I want to explore as much as possible. There's 2 books here. I would have missed it. Okay, I'm glad I looked when I did. Examine the table and looking for a scattered pieces of paper. Miles is deep in his studies. I hate to bother him. I want to read some as well, so I try to grab and put
On
some.
Valanorth's
Alright, probably had to skip that entire spot right there because I had to go do something else, so... Oh well.
East Crown is a pretty scary
Oh,
place.
my head hurts.
I've thought about going there, but I'm too scared. Apparently, it's cold enough to kill you in minutes.
The Fall of the Blood Leaves is beautiful, though. I've seen it a couple of times since I was born. Not sure what other purpose East Crown serves.
Okay, there's one puck. Over here. Miles isn't using this table. I assume it's fair game. I push aside a few papers, looking for anything of note. A book on Solberg grabs my interest, as he brought up. Apparently, a spirit idol there has stopped giving off energy.
Valanorth's line of seers. The seers of Valanorth have helped guide our nation to a state of constant peace. Everyone in Valanorth lives a simple and happy life under the guidance of the spirit realm. There's only one seer or seeress per generation, and their birth is marked by a surge of energy emanating from our spirit idol located in Solberg. There's a rotation of guards who watch the idol when a birth is expected to take place. As there can only be one seer or seeress at any given time, and the spans of time without them are very small, we can accurately predict when another shall be given to us. With Valanorth's small population, it is very rare for multiple births to happen on one night. However, that is not the purpose of my writing. I wish to discuss what was observed on the night of the most recent generation. Typically, the spirit idol will have a burst of light and energy before returning to a dim state. However, with the latest birth, there was no dim state. Only darkness remained when the final seer was given to us. The implications that this has on the future of both Valanorth and Alestia are too large to even fathom. We must simply take each day as it comes, knowing our dependence on the spirits will grow smaller and smaller. Now, we must come to rely on the rest of Alestia, instead of only ourselves. I will seek out potential partners in the future. The Elder of Valanorth.
I had no idea that they were hiding such a secret. Valanorth could run out of spiritual energy for good? The cold from East Crown could easily kill us off.
Horton, don't worry. It could be thousands of years before we run out. Besides, at this point, it's still conjecture.
Alright, okay, so that's everything here. Okay, so let's go to this town square. Alright, there's banter. There's banter!
So, this might be the last time we see the town square. Is there anything we should do before we go?
Oh, I should get a drink. My throat.
I guess one last drink would be nice. The water from Valanorth is always so pure. Want to share some with me, Valessa?
Sure. We can use the cups I left here earlier. I was just finishing my water run when we all met up.
So, what should we toast to?
Toast?
Yeah, this is a big day, right? We should probably drink to something. Especially if it's the last time we might be here.
Oh,
You're right.
Let's see. What about new beginnings? Or something like being with friends?
What about new beginnings with friends? I
Ooh,
think
that's
that's
a good
rather
one.
fitting for us.
Sounds good to me. To new beginnings with friends. May our bonds never break.
Agreed. Glug glug. Okay, that's it for here. Next, my house. Valessa, do you just not want to come in here? Freaking for real. Alright, Main Street. Ah, more banter.
Fortum, remember those apples you used to love?
Yeah, how could I forget? You can't get them anymore, though. The Triumvirate put a trading ban on Mazeo.
Remember that time I tricked you? I painted a bunch of rocks red and put them in a basket. I told you the trading ban was lifted. You were ecstatic.
Yeah, and that was really mean. My parents used to give them to me before, you know. That made me cry more than you'd think.
Yeah, and I just wanted to apologize. This whole ordeal has me thinking about the past. I wish I spent my time in Valanorth a bit better.
Oh, well, I accept your apology. Better late than never, right?
Yeah, of course. Once we get to Museo, I'll buy you some for real. An apology is lame. I'm gonna make up for what I did.
That's nice. That's wholesome. That's it for here. I think that's it for the entire area. I'm going to save just in case. Alright, let's head on out to the exit. I've got just enough time to probably... I've been everywhere. Just to continue the story. We head back to Main Street in search of Zamira. The blade of Exodus is strapped to my back, and it's heavy. Glances from the townspeople show that they're aware of this artifact. However, being who I am, they raise no concerns on my face.
Valessa, do you see him anywhere? I don't know what he looks like, so this is on you.
Yeah, sorry, I'll point him out. I'm just not used to the villagers staring like this. A blade really makes us stand out, doesn't it?
Or maybe they're just admiring our good looks. Come on, Valessa, don't be so uptight. Nobody knows what this blade can do. Let him stare.
She gives Fortune no response as she scans the area. It's true, they could stare, but they didn't know. To them, it was just a cool sword. Something new. Valinor could be pretty stagnant and short on excitement.
Wait, I see him.
She points to a man standing near my house. He has his back against it and taps his foot on the ground. I guess he knew where I lived. Milas must have told him.
Hey, Zamira, how's your watch going?
His ears perk up and he starts to approach us. A huge smile on his face and he quickly closes the distance.
Hey, Valessa, long time no see. Can't complain. Things are pretty much the same. This is the most excitement I've had in years.
Why do I have a feeling that's somebody's persona? Because he looks oddly familiar. He looks me up and down before staring at the blade. Something told me he wouldn't stay quiet like the villagers.
Whoa, that thing looks pretty cool. I've heard a few stories, but didn't get to see it. You'll have to tell me more as we head to Peregrino.
Wait, hold on. I have a few questions to ask.
Oh, sure. Let's walk and talk. If I'm not mistaken, we're on a schedule.
You're right. He points toward the gate leading out of Valinor. Fortin speaks his mind as we start walking over.
So, you know what's coming, right? I just need to make sure we're on the same page.
Yeah, unfortunately, I do. But Milas has a plan to keep everyone safe, and at the very least, we have a few days to prepare.
I'm confused, though. He knew about this attack, and from what he said, he's known for a while. Why give up Valinor? Why not fortify and prepare?
Actually, I heard something about that. Damek, the leader of the rebels, had a vision. Apparently, that blade is more than just a weapon.
Wait, other people can use it then?
No one else has tried, to be honest. But in his vision, he saw the triumvirate fall. The cost was clear. Valinor fell as well.
Who says they both need to happen? We could take them down without abandoning Valinor. Isn't it a little short-sighted to do something like that?
We don't really know for sure, Valessa, but it sure makes sense to replicate what he saw. That way, the rebellion's victory is guaranteed. Besides, Milas will evacuate everyone that's willing. Valinor can be resettled in the future. I know it. I just worry about those who don't buy into the story.
What do you mean?
Well, some people will be stubborn. We can't force them to leave. We just encourage it. Those that stay behind, well, there's nothing we can do.
They're right.
That's true. And it lines up with the vision. The seer mentioned that lots of villagers perished. Isn't there something we can do to help them cooperate?
We should focus on ourselves, Valessa. There's no point wasting time on something we can't change. Let's get away from these prying ears. I have some more news.
Uh-oh. He smiles as we approach the exit of Valinor. News? In our current situation, that doesn't sound promising. But curiosity piqued, we follow Zamira in with haste. You are about to visit the Valinor regional map. Story flow of the areas is the same as before. However, you now have access to optional side areas. These are indicated by question marks near the map icon. Oh my god, there is so much more to this game than I thought. This is all just the opening act. I've been playing for, this is the third episode. The first one was only like maybe 30 or 40 minutes. The second one was a little over an hour. And this one's encroaching right up on an hour. And there's East Crown, which is where I'm going. I can't get to Pellegrino. I can't get to the Outlook. I can't get to Solberg yet. I'm going up here, but I can stay in East Crown, which is where all the exclamation points are. But it's got a question mark, which means I can go there and do something else. So it's like, I'm going to go ahead and end this episode here, just because there is a lot more in the opening act than I was expecting. I was expecting maybe 2 or 3 episodes, and then, oh no, I'm done with it, I have to get the next one. But yeah, my playtime has been over 2 hours and 43 minutes. I know I've been going back, it's a lot of backtracking, and I went a lot backwards to see the extra goodies, but I want to get everything out of the opening act as I can before I finish it. Because when I finish it, I'm going to buy this game. I'm going to get it. It's only $20 up on Steam for the early access. So I'm going to get it. That way I can play this game all the way to completion, because this game is freaking awesome. So, I'm going to quit ranting. I'm going to go ahead and end this episode out here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. And peace out. Whatcha?